Hey, it's Ryan Stewman here, and I normally don't rant. I think I did a video like this over a year ago about social media, but there's something in the news that's just like really irking me, and I think I'm right opinion-wise, but I could be wrong, and I just want to put it out there and see what everybody else thinks. So please comment below and let me know your opinions and stuff, and here goes. As you can see on the screen here, employers are asking people for their Facebook passwords, and it's a really big deal, such a big deal that once again we weak Americans think that the government has to put their hand in and say, no, employers, stay away, you can't find out what people are really like. But let me put it in perspective for you, since most people in America don't own a business, but let me put it in perspective for you what it's like for a business owner. Okay, a person fills out an application at a business is a complete stranger, where they showed up on Craigslist, right, where they came through monster.com or through the front door. They don't know you. They don't know who you are, your personality. But on paper, you can say anything, right? On paper, you could say that you are the grand wizard of all things marketing. You've gotten $15 million campaigns, but those companies aren't in business anymore. And you have the ability to do all these things and lie. And not most people don't do that, but some people do. And a lot of us fudge on resumes. Let's just be honest, right? So an employer's taking a risk with their assets, their intellectual property, such as customers, credit cards, information, social security numbers, things of that nature, their business plan, the behind the scenes of how the operation works. So they've got to trust a random stranger to have control of all that. Most businesses are $5 million a year or above, so they're putting a person potentially in charge of ruining an economic situation for multiple families, right? So now that I've told you the real intensity of hiring a moron in your business, when you get to Facebook, an employer wants your password, not so they can see your private life and start picking you apart, right? But so they can see that you're not a moron that's out till 2 o'clock every stinking morning at the club with shots and bottles in the air, because they don't want their customers seeing that, and they don't want to hire somebody that's potentially irresponsible, right? If you're lucky enough to get a job and they say, hey, can I have your Facebook password? Give them the damn password. Prove to them that you are who you say you are. If who you say you are is a good employee, the person that deserves the job, well, that good employee and person that deserves the job doesn't have a nightlife where they're out doing blow with a bunch of hookers and shit all night, right? That's not how it works, right? And so I'm sorry to go off on this. Like I said, if I'm wrong, you put your information below. But as you can see right here, it's all over the news. And now the government stepped in and said, no, employers, we don't want you to know who you're hiring. We want, morons to have the same shot as the guy that's worked hard all of his life, that deserves the job. Hey, for me, if you want to know, my Facebook's an open profile for the world to see, because I got nothing to hide. I don't do anything that I want to hide. If you have a question, you can always ask me, right? Now, all of us aren't that way. Some of us have child support issues and stuff like that. But if you're doing the right thing most of the time, you really shouldn't have a problem giving your employer your Facebook password. But let me know what you think. Hey, I'm Ryan Stewman. I get a little bit passionate sometimes about things, but it's all fun and games. So let me know what you think below. Thanks.